All right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our Healthy Living Revolution Zoom event. My name is Terry, and I'll be hosting along with Nancy, Sandy, Kathy, Carolyn, Sarah. There's a whole bunch of us. We're here in order to network with mission-driven people on the topic of family health. This will be relaxed and fun. You won't have to buy anything or sign up for anything. We're just going to share some quick information and stories. We hope you enjoy listening, and perhaps you'll think of someone in your life who needs to hear this message. So thanks for coming. So to kick it off, I'd like to ask you a question. Would you agree that being healthy today can be challenging? I think we'd all answer yes. We'd all love to look good and feel good and live a long life. We know it's our job to try and make this happen, but unfortunately it can be complicated, unpleasant, and even confusing. That's where we come in. I'd like to introduce you to a movement called the Healthy Living Revolution. This group of us, along with thousands of others, are part of a unique community where together we are taking our health back in ways that are simple, doable, and fun. The goal of the Healthy Living Revolution is to come alongside families who want better health, meet them where they're at, and empower positive changes along the way. Let me take you through the following 3 doorways we use to inspire healthy living around the world. Number 1 is free resources. Number 2, nutritional support. And 3rd, the organization that makes it all possible. So first, our free resources. The team at Healthy Living Revolution has created a selection of fantastic resources for families to use. We have a cookbook of clean and easy recipes, short webinars on trending health topics, a home fitness series, and our Start Strong program, which is designed to raise up a generation of active, healthy children with a positive body image and good nutritional habits. You may want to take a look at these resources. So whoever invited you tonight can send you the link to the Healthy Living Revolution website after the event. So let's now talk about nutrition, which is the foundation of good health. We have to flood our bodies with the most important food we can ever eat, which are raw fruits, vegetables, and berries. They're not only good for you, they're absolutely critical. We're supposed to eat a wide variety of 9 to 13 servings every day, but almost no one does. Think about it. How many days in the past week have you gotten in 9 to 13 servings of fruits, vegetables, and berries? Even the best eaters need help. And that's why we are so thankful for the nutritional support of something called Juice Plus. Now I'm going to hand it over to Nancy, who's going to talk to us a bit about the Juice Plus products and the science behind these amazing products. And you need to unmute, Nancy.
Okay.
I unmuted her. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining on the call tonight. And I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. To talk about the Juice Plus products specifically. And I'll tell you, when Terry talked about getting enough fruits and vegetables today, or any day, it seems like you ever come off a vacation and it's just so hard to get your rhythm back? Well, I was blessed to be on vacation, but to get that rhythm back and get my diet up to par has been a struggle. And so I've really been thankful for the Juice Plus product opportunities to take to help me get there. Because Juice Plus has over 30 raw, vine-ripened, different whole foods within its capsules. They're non-GMO. They're NSF certified so that we know that they're pure. We can be reassured that the product has in the capsule what it says it has on the label. And if you look at our labels, this is an example of the garden blend or the vegetable blend of capsules. And on the back, it lists, I don't know if you can see it there, the vegetables that are in it, such broccoli, parsley, tomatoes, carrots. You don't see that on a supplement label. So, I would much rather be able to eat that, but I just can't do it. And so I can take in the form of a capsule, as you can see. Well, no, you can't. I can see it. That the product is in there. And how they do that is the process is encapsulating or putting these berries through dehydration and juicing. So they're taking the whole fruit or vegetable, juicing it, skin and all, the rind, the pulp, the seeds, everything, all nutritional components of that fruit and vegetable. They're juicing it, dehydrating it, removing the water and the sugars, and then crumbling it and putting it into capsules or chewables. And one thing that they had just recently done is the capsule that they're encapsulated in now is vegan. So everyone can take it. I know I've had some people say they don't like the gluten or it wasn't gluten. What was it, guys?
Cellulose.
The cellulose that was in
Gelatin.
it. Yeah. Some there's some religions and some vegetarians that just wouldn't eat it. So now they can. It's all approved. It's kosher. You don't have to worry. And so I don't know about you, but I have tried juicing and it was so frustrating. I threw out more of the pulp, and I think I ended with more in that container than what I started that I was throwing away. And I was feeding the rabbits and everyone else all the good stuff and trying to drink the juice and just hated it and couldn't get anybody in the family to do it. So they discovered that if they dehydrate it under very low temperatures, they'll preserve all the antioxidants. We'll talk about some polyphenols, these very micronutrients in fruits and vegetables, and you can consume it in this variety of 30 fruits and vegetables. And that consistency is the key. I've been in healthcare a long time, and there's several nurses on this discussion tonight, this call, and my heart goes out to healthcare providers. A lot of them are women, and I have a real passion for helping them understand that, they're just giving and serving all the time. They're never replenishing their bodies. And so if you can't eat it and consume those 14 to 16 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, which is nearly impossible, you can rest assured you're getting the next best thing. We're bridging that nutritional gap. And so Juice Plus took it one step further. They knew their product was really, really good. They knew that it was just fruits and vegetables and it was safe, but they wanted some research. And Juice Plus now is the most researched nutritional product in the world. You can even ask Siri. Siri knows everything, right? And it'll come up, Juice Plus. And that's just amazing. But what's more amazing is the quality of that research. They're on 36 and 37 clinical studies, with more on the way. I'm sure we'll be well over 40 before long, probably by the end of the year. And every single one of these research studies have had a positive impact. So there is no question in the review whether or not it works, whether they test the skin or the teeth or the cardiovascular, the immune system, but even more specifically now, DNA. They're able to look at the DNA. They're able to look at the cellular level and see the health of that cell. And as it generates a new cell, that it's healthier than the cell before it. And I'm just a geek. I know, a science geek. And there's a couple of us on this call. Sandy Trissler, she loves it. She just smiles when she reads it. But it's true, it shows the proof that what you're putting in your body does have an impact. It has a huge impact in your health. Probably the number one thing you can do to help prevent chronic disease from developing is you are what you eat. You can exercise until you're in it, until the sun goes down, and you can drink enough water to float a boat. But the impact of nutrition is 80% of what makes an impact in your overall health. That's why runners still die of heart attacks. I'm not saying this is going to keep you from having a heart attack. I'm saying it's going to do the most for your body. So anyway, I got to let others talk. It's not a vitamin. We talked about that. It has a nutritional label. So you can see on there, nothing supplement. We are not supplementing our diet. We are feeding our bodies. And so that's just like going to the store and getting broccoli. It has a nutrition label. So doesn't this. They do list some carbs and things because they're required. There's no calories to really speak of, but the nutrition is there. So it's totally safe. We say from birth to burial. That's my new term.
Womb
Birth to
to
burial.
tomb.
Anyone can take it.
Womb to tomb.
Womb to tomb, birth to burial, whatever you want, as much as you want. These kids could eat all the chewies and not have an issue. There's also something called Complete. It comes in chocolate or vanilla. You see that there? This is a little individual serve. This is what I had tonight for my lunch, my supper. Because the company wanted to provide you something to eat. So the micronutrition in the capsules goes to the cellular level, but you're still hungry. Complete comes in bars and shakes. Good food. It's great for a workout, post-recovery. It's low glycemic index. Diabetics can take it. It will stop the ups and downs of your hunger. You will get hungry, but when you eat again, you will just maintain this nice plateau. Wonderful, wonderful. Uh-oh, I gotta keep going. Okay, the Omega Blend is something new that is, you know, your oils. You all have heard of fish oil, krill fish, red fish, blue fish, green fish. Dr. Seuss would love us. But fish is not that great because we need a plant-based oil. You see this little dude? Okay, they came up with a plant-based oil. It has mostly the algae from the ocean that the fish were eating. No worry about toxins. You're getting omegas 3, 5, 7, and 9. And did I leave out one?
6.
Yes, 6. 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. And you're getting this wonderful burst of fatty acids, which are so important, the omegas, to get into your brain for overall health and your cardiovascular system. And it's great for your skin and your joints. So the Tower Garden, the last little product that I'm going to talk about, is the big boy. He is the ability to grow your own food. Sustainability of food for you, your family. Kids love it. You can control for no problem with E. coli here, or salmonella, or all the things that you're hearing on the news with lettuce and spinach. Just grow it yourself year-round, and we can tell you more about that if you'd like to learn more. I'm going to stop and let someone else carry on.
Great. Thanks, Nancy. So now let's talk about what Juice Plus has done for people's health stories. So we have a few stories we're going to hear from. I want to see maybe if Kathy wants to share a quick story. Just have to unmute, Kathy.
I can unmute her
Okay.
if I can find her. There she is. Okay. There we go.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. It was really fortunate that my daughter-in-law had been invited to the super party and invited me to go along with her. And Carolyn was the hostess, and she was talking about Juice Plus, and she had a huge basket with all these fruits and vegetables in it. And she said that you had to eat that much in a day's time. Well, I looked over at my daughter-in-law and said, I don't eat that much. So she said, me neither. So afterwards, I talked to Carolyn and signed up to get on Juice Plus. And within 6 weeks, I was feeling so much better. I'd been having some digestive issues and some bacterial growth and things like that. So actually, I started having more energy. I felt really great. And so I decided if it could do that for me, I wanted to share it with everyone else. So I signed up to be a representative and went to Phoenix with you guys. And I feel wonderful and great. And I'm happy to be a part of this.
Great story, Kathy. Thank you. Let's see. How about Sandy? Sandy has an amazing product story for her family.
Yeah, we found out 10 years ago. Joey, I think, started taking Juice Plus 10 years ago this month. And he was on the ketogenic diet for seizure control. Crazy diet, hardly got any fruits and vegetables. 90% of his calories were coming from fat, which was insane. And just not growing. I knew that the half a Centrum tablet that he was taking was not doing what it needed to do to nourish his body. And the nurses, Nancy could attest to this, some of the nurses call those Centrum tablets bedpan bullets because some of them just don't dissolve. So they get to see them. Anyway, so we found out about this way to put fruits and vegetables in capsules without the sugars, and it fit into this crazy diet. So I put Joey on this, and my dear friend Carolyn was very strongly encouraging me to also include the vineyard in this. And I was at the time going, oh, it's an extra cost. You know, what do I do? And decided, okay, I'm going to jump on this one. I'm going to trust what she's saying, and we're going to go ahead and do it. We saw such a difference in Joey in like 3 weeks. And I couldn't believe it because I'm quite skeptical. My daughter calls me suspicious. And so I'm pretty skeptical, and you have to prove things to me. And so, you know, it was unmistakable. 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and the light was just coming on in his brain, and we were getting our son back. And it was just amazing. So the longer this went on, we were able to wean him off of a seizure medication that he had been on for over 5 years with no breakthrough seizures, which is incredible. Anybody, if you know anything about neuromeds, the seizure medications, if you've been on them for a long time, even if they're not controlling the seizures, a lot of times when you pull that, the kid will have seizures because the brain has gotten used to that chemical. And no breakthrough seizures. And he just kept healing. I found out about 6 months later that inflammation is a big factor in epilepsy. He was having electrical shocks in his brain once per second, day and night. And if you were hitting your arm once per second, it would get red and inflamed right there. And it does the same thing in the brain. So we think what happened was that it broke that cycle of inflammation enough to let his brain heal. We had a doctor tell us he would never have a clear EEG. He plunked the results down in front of us, said, you just never clean up an EEG like that. And we've had 4 now. We've had 4 clear EEGs, which was totally amazing. Joey is seizure-free, medication-free, diet-free, and doing great. He will graduate this Friday from Project Search and get his high school diploma. He is going through vision therapy, and after that will likely have his driver's license. So it's just totally amazing. And the start of all that was Juice Plus. So the more I found out about the product, and I just wanted to put my whole family on it because I said, if it can do that kind of healing in a damaged brain, it can do that kind of healing in the rest of our bodies too. So I called Carolyn and I said, is there a way to get this cheaper? Because I'd really like to put my whole family on this. And she said, yes, we can talk about that. So we met together, and she'll never forget that day because when we met, Joey was with me. It was his birthday. And he said, he just went right up to her and said, hi, Mrs. Russ, how are you? He said, it's my birthday today, and my mom got me a pair of Ohio State tennis shoes. Do you want to see them? And so she said, sure. And he went out and got them. And she just looked at me and she said, is he always like this? Because Joey used to be one who would just kind of gaze, you know, he may or may not answer the question that you asked. And his brain was kind of like wading through mud sometimes, getting him to think. And he was so clear and sharp and talking directly to her, making eye contact. It was amazing. And she said, oh my goodness. She said, I knew it would help, but I didn't think it'd be this fast. And I had no idea it'd be this much. This is incredible. I just want to cry. And I said, yeah, he's like this now. And this gave us our son back. So I looked at the marketing plan. I said, I don't know. I said, I'll have to talk to my husband about it because that's a pretty big deal. And he said, I think you should do it. I said, you do? You're kidding me. Mind you, 5 kids, homeschooling. I didn't need another job. But he said, yeah, you. If something works, you tell everybody. You may as well get paid for it. And I just laughed. I said, you're right. So, and he's right. I'm the type that when I do my homework, when you have a kid with a disability, when you have a special needs kid, you have to do your homework. You absolutely have to. So I would, look lots of stuff up, and but I do my homework on everything. And if I would find a top-rated vacuum cleaner in Consumer Reports, I would look that up and buy it. And we bought that vacuum cleaner. But I'm the type that I go to Walmart and I go, I see somebody looking at them and not knowing what to do, and I'll just go, that one right there, top-rated by Consumer Reports, really good, and I'll go on. I don't get paid for that. I just like to help people. I like to help people with information. And I've always been that way. So this was a really perfect fit for me because I get to share this with people and it makes a difference in their lives. So it was just a perfect fit and I really love it. And that's how I got started with Juice Plus.
Thanks, Sandy. So amazing to hear Joey's transformation. Really unbelievable. Okay, Carolyn, you want to wrap it up?
Absolutely. And you know what? I hear her tell that story over and over again. It still brings tears to my eyes. I'm so touched that I got to be a part of that story. And I get to go to his graduation on Friday. So it doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
He doesn't know that either, so.
Okay, well, we won't tell him. We'll make it a surprise. But I learned about Juice Plus 12 years ago. I was very ill, and I wasn't looking for a business. I was looking for hope, for healing. And I found it. I found it in a capsule. And I gained my health back, and I gained so much more. My husband was the sole provider for our family in corporate America, and that was really, really stressful. And life was crazy for us. We had 3 children. Rick traveled a lot. I knew I couldn't go back to teaching school and maintain my sanity, let alone keep the family together. And when I learned about Juice Plus, I knew that our whole family needed it. And I asked, so you've heard this before tonight, if you buy enough of this stuff, can you get a different price? And so happily the answer was yes. I just registered with the company. I entered into my journey of about 9 months of healing with chemo and radiation. And I became my own customer, and that's all I did for 9 months. And the company didn't care. They were happy for me to do that. And so as time went on and I got better, people, my friends and family, they wanted to know what I was doing. And all of a sudden I was paying for my family's product. And then my husband looked a little closer at the marketing plan, and he's also pretty skeptical about things. And he thought it was an amazing thing. And the idea that I, who had not really had an income for many years, could actually contribute to our family finances and have a passion and a purpose, wake up every day with an opportunity to help somebody. I've always had that helper's heart. I think ever since our daughter was born with a disability, I've always wanted to pay back and help other people because people helped us. And so I found something I could retire into instead of out of, and that was just beyond my wildest dreams. And I have to say, I will be forever grateful for my friend that reached out to me in my time of need and told me about Juice Plus. And so 12 years later, my life is vastly different. So I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. I hope we've provided you some valuable information that would be encouraging and helpful to you. And so as we close our time together, you might have some different thoughts running through your mind. Some people, they're ready to take the next step in their health. And maybe that's just to look at our free resources, which are amazing, or to make life easier by adding Juice Plus because you know you can't eat right? And the cost of that's $2 or $3 a day. Children, we didn't mention this, can get Juice Plus for free with a sponsoring adult. And it's the simplest, most convenient, affordable way to get massive, massive amounts of nutrition into busy families. So the other thing is you listen tonight, maybe you were excited about what you heard, and not just for your family's health, but you're thinking about, oh my gosh, I wish my dad or my brother or my sister could hear this. It's kind of like when you go to church, you want them to hear the same sermon you did. And so we love helping people change their stories, and it's a privilege for us to do this. And for us, it's also a mission. So I would be remiss if I didn't share with you that we are looking for people to help us with the mission. Whether you do a little or a lot, if it's just to help your own family, get your whole family healthy. But there are people out there who have never heard of this, like all of us that were on this call tonight. And so while Juice Plus was my hope and a capsule for healing, and I was grateful to be able to help pay for my product, there may be other people who have that same need. And what I've seen over the last 12 years are things like the stories that you've heard tonight, amazing changes in people's health. And for me, this was a kind of, I found myself. It was a place where I was could have a voice and leave a legacy of helping people. But I've also seen parents gain financial peace of mind to choose mom and dad care instead of daycare. I've seen hardworking professionals gain the choice to build their own dreams instead of someone else's. I've seen college kids, this is so fun, build a side gig to help pay for school. They don't have to go out and flip hamburgers. I've seen empty nesters increase their retirement income, so there's more than enough to enjoy life and also to give to future generations. And it all takes place in what we call the Juice Plus family. So as we conclude, there are many, many possibilities that you could plug into if you wanted to. And maybe you're saying, who do I know that would like to hear this message? Well, here's the good news. We do this every Tuesday night. It's always different. This was a little more sciencey, but I really liked it. I so appreciate everybody sharing. And after we're done, I'm going to stop recording. The person that invited you will send you the link to the Healthy Living Revolution. And I just want to say, I so appreciate your time and being willing to spend a little time with us and allow us to share what we know. So let me turn the recording off.